Hello and welcome to the Business Dashboard on City TV. I am Bobie Osei. Coming up on the dashboard today. Workers of the Precious Minerals Marketing Company, PMMC, call for the immediate removal of the managing director over various allegations of infractions in his administration. Also on the dashboard, cocoa farmers in the Ashanti region work on a strategic roadmap to improve crop yields of farmers. And later on, Employers Association appeals the government to intervene to reduce the rising cost of doing business in Ghana. And again, Ghana-Germany charts new paths to boost private sector growth in both economies. Details of these stories and others, including exclusive interviews and many more, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Let's take our first story. Now, some aggrieved workers of the Precious Minerals Marketing Company, PMMC, are calling on President Akufo-Addo to immediately sack the managing director, Kwadwo Opare-Hammond, as well as the entire board of the company. According to the workers, Mr. Opare-Hammond has, in addition to other infractions, been circumventing the procurement processes of the company. The following City Business News report has more.
The workers, numbering over 50, could not hide their determination to have the MD of the company, along with the board, sacked. According to them, their continuous presence at the Precious Minerals Marketing Company, PMMC, will lead to a collapse of the company. Branch Secretary of the PMMC Workers Union, Agnes Aite, spoke to City News.
We all know that there's a law backing the procurement that if you are buying something above 100,000 Ghana cedis, you should form a tender committee who will see to things and then choose. But in this case, he would single-handedly buy an X-ray machine for the for airport branch over 600,000 Ghana cedi without it going through the procurement processes. And these are some of the things that are bringing the company down. He has done so many things. I mean, even if staff go for loans, they are not even granted the loans because of some of these corrupt things that he's doing. Aside that, now we have more security in our system as we used to. Now that we don't even do anything here, we don't even have the money. The company is gone into bankruptcy, but he has money to increase the board allowances to 729%, whilst the staff take 12%. And all these are injustice to the staff.
Management of PMMC, represented by the Chief Finance Officer, Wilson Iduchum, denied the allegations against the MD and the board and urged the aggrieved workers to use the right channels to have their issues addressed.
This year is for the last year. The last year, what they are taking, the same thing they are taking, nothing has increased. Only the staff salary was increased. Apart from the staff salary, even the managing director didn't increase the salary. He's taking the whole salary. It's the senior and the junior salary which was increased. They were giving us about 10%. So, yeah. But the MD and deputy and the board, they haven't increased their allowances. So if somebody goes and says that the chief executive salary has been increased, it has not been increased. It's just since the time he was employed. Nobody has increased his salary.
The workers, as part of their demonstration, presented a petition to their mother union, the Ghana Mine Workers Union. Receiving the petition on behalf of the Ghana Mine Workers Union, the national chairman, Mensa Kwaku Jakari, assured the workers that their grievances will be worked on with urgency.
So I want to assure all of you that, guys, you are in safe hands. Wow. The issue will be dealt with appropriately and decisively. Yes, the president will hear you. We will have an appointment with the authorities that be so that, as a matter of fact, we will be able to have a discussion with them. And I want to assure you, we are going to attend the 9th meeting, and your petition is going to be the major issue that we are going to discuss with them. From there, we will follow up to where we have to go.
So the workers of PMMC today have expressed a major anger and displeasure against the managing director of the PMMC, basically saying that he's mismanaging the company, he's engaging in practices that are not healthy for the growth of PMMC, and they want him to go now. But management themselves believe that the workers do not have any issue at all, as the manager has made sure that losses that were incurred by the PMMC have reduced substantially. Well, from PMMC, my name is Bobie Osei for City News.
Moving on, the Farmers and Marketing Union Limited is embarking on major strategies to improve the crop yield of its members. The program involves equipping local farmers with the required skills to enhance their operations. Now, the remarks were made at the 24th Annual Delegates Conference of the Union in Kumasi. City News' Ashanti Regional Correspondent Hafiz Tijani now reports.
Leadership of the Kwapa Cocoa Cooperative Cocoa Farmers and Marketing Union Limited says cocoa remains an essential commodity in growing the Ghanaian economy, and innovative ways must be employed to equip the producers of the cash crop. Small-scale farming dominates Ghana's cocoa sector, with production areas averaging between 1.2 and 2.2 hectares. The industry is the source of income for over 800,000 farm families, mostly in rural areas. Kwapa Cocoa, however, believes improving the technical know-how of these farmers through innovation and technology will enable them increase their yields to boost production in the sector. Nelson Edubofo is the Executive Secretary of the Kwapa Cocoa Farmers Union.
What we are in expectation of is the fact that we innovate to increase yield and not necessarily increase size of farms. Yes, that is what we are looking up to. And then we also want to be able to supply inputs to the farmers as and when they need it. We have collaborated with Millennium Promise Alliance to innovate, introduce the telemedicine project so that we can reach out to the hard-to-reach farmers, because the extension to farmer ratio, is quite not palatable. So we are trying as much as possible to use ICT to bridge the gap, and also to use the opportunity that the farmers get to interact with the professors and then the doctors in the field, because there are people they cannot just get hold of to talk to.
Kwapa Cocoa during the 2016 and 2017 main season purchased 7,761,036 bags of cocoa, and also purchased 61,083 bags during the 2017 light crop season. President of the union, Madam Fatima Ali, says the gains were as a result of transparency and hard work on the part of management.
Free your market share. I 12 position, maybe I call the 5th position. I was the whole Ghana. Wait, let's say, and I'm saying, I feel the target share 2019, 2019. Yes, I have a cocoa. 100,000 metric tons. And the best for say, cocoa amodoro. A tom rebia, a sissicasem, and near the cocoa near the baby. The best for it is a wood so good for a quan, and a travel. And to be better cocoa of Betiano. One family, a son say a bomb hook.
Leadership of the union says it will strengthen partnership with notable organizations and agencies like Cocoa Board, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Millennium Promise Alliance, Department of Cooperatives, Cocoa Research Institute of Ghana, Crop Research Institute, the Ghana Commercial Bank, Ghana Health Service, and the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital in order to chalk more successes. Hafiz Tijani, reporting for City News.
Now, staying within the cocoa sector, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture has strongly denied the minority in Parliament's claim that it is shortchanging Ghanaian cocoa farmers by maintaining the producer price for cocoa at 7,600 cedis. Addressing a press conference today, a Deputy Minister of Food and Agriculture, Kwabena Osei-Nyarko, stated that government was committed to ensuring that cocoa farmers do not suffer the effect of low cocoa prices on the world market. The following report has more.
The minority in Parliament yesterday at a press conference chastised the New Patriotic Party NPP government for maintaining the producer price of cocoa for farmers across the country at 7,600. But in a counter press conference, the Ministry of Agriculture, led by Deputy Minister of Food and Agriculture, Kwabena Osei-Nyarko, stated that when compared to the NDC administration, it is paying more to cocoa farmers.
In this year, cocoa price on the world market sank as low as $2,080 at an exchange rate of 4.4. The tonnage sold for 9,000 152 Ghana cedi, and yet the Kufuor government, keeping faith with the farmers, maintained the 2016-2017 price of 475 Ghana cedi per bag. This translates into an average into the government paying 83% to the farmer. This confirms the government consistency of ensuring that the universal formula of paying a minimum of 70% is preserved.
Responding to the minority's call for the Ghana Cocoa Board to reduce its high operational cost, after which the savings should be passed on to farmers, the Deputy Minister had this to say.
The administrative costs that the minority raise cost is predicted on the following variables: warehousing, trucking, commission to LBC, fumigation, casual or contract workers. All these are volume-related activities. So anytime Cocoa Board want to increase the tonnage, it means the cost, the administrative cost, will also go up.
In conclusion, Kwabena Senyaku reiterated the steps his ministry is taking to improve the income of cocoa farmers.
Fertilization, subsidies, hand pollination, pruning, these are all measures or productivity enhancement program that the MPP government has put in place. And all these measures is aimed at improving the current 450 kilogram per hectare to a minimum of 1,005 kilogram per hectare.
So behind me, the Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture, Kennedy Osei, basically ending a press briefing with the media, stating particularly that government still cares about the cocoa farmer and they will ensure that whatever they can do to benefit or basically improve the income that the cocoa farmer earns, they will go to all extent to do that. They will implement productivity programs like mass spraying, like hand pollination and the like, to ensure that the cocoa farmer is not cheated, the cocoa farmer's income does not reduce regardless of the reduction and or instability of cocoa price on the world market. He basically ended by enumerating a number of reasons why they have maintained the cocoa price at 7,600. Well, for City News, my name is Bobie Osei. Away from that, the Joint Business Consultative Forum has reiterated calls for government to back down on the implementation of the cargo tracking note system. Now, the group says the Ghana Revenue Authority has once again acted in bad faith as they have been sidelined. In an interview with City Business News, the National Welfare Chairman of GUTA, Benjamin Yeboah, said government must look into the CTN system again.
We are telling government that President said we should deliberate on the issue. So if there should be any takeoff, it should be after 15th of October. And we are still in the early stages. The committee just concluded this point. The document has been sent to His Excellency, who were thinking that they will give His Excellency the chance to look at the document. And those issues that were raised, then we can look at it. But before we say that, here you are issuing directives as to the fact that you want to start the implementation. It's like mind has been made up already before even the committee started. And that is of course we expect the president to call them to order so that we can meet with His Excellency. And then the issue raised that we felt was not ironed up with them, we put it across to him.
You're still watching the Business Dashboard on City TV. We're going for a break. When we return, the Ghanaian German Investment Forum says that there should be more investment from Europe, especially from Germany, into Ghana. We'll tell you more when we return.
For regular news checks as they unfold. 2020 news, all day, all the time. Politics, sports, entertainment, business, and more. 2020 news. We bring you the world in 20 minutes.
And that's all the news in 20 minutes.
Quero ver todo mundo balançando. Ninguém pode ficar parado. Essa loucura. Mexe.
Witness the twisted and tangled story of betrayal, greed, vengeance, and love in the award-winning Brazil Avenue. Carmenia, a woman led by greed, gets rid of her husband, who is Rita's father, and sends Rita away to a filthy landfill. Rita finds love in Batata, but they are soon separated by adoption into different families, far away from each other. Many years later, all paths cross again, as Rita, now a renowned chef, seeks to pay back her stepmother for taking away her happiness as a child. It's a story of twists, turns, suspense, and thrilling action in Brazil Avenue. Brazil Avenue, coming soon only on City TV. Brazil Avenue.
Yeah, welcome back. This is the Business Dashboard on City TV. Let's bring you some more stories. Now, the World Bank has described growth in sub-Saharan Africa as very slow at 2.7%. This was contained in the bank's second edition of the biannual report dubbed Africa's Pulse for the year 2018. The bank has attributed the slow growth to the sluggish expansion in three of the region's largest economies, Nigeria, Angola, and South Africa, as well as unfavorable external environments, largely due to the trade war between the United States and China. There is more in the following report.
Although economic growth in the region went up marginally by 0.4% from the 2.3% recorded in 2017 to 2.7% in 2018, the global lender says that is unsatisfactory. The slow growth is largely due to unfavorable external factors caused by the US-China trade war and the appreciation of the US dollar. The bank is, however, predicting the growth to pick up to 3.3% in 2019, when oil production in Nigeria and Angola sees a rebound, with the demand of commodities in South Africa also going up. Launching the second edition of the 2018 Africa's Pulse, Chief Economist for Africa at the World Bank, Albert Zwefak, asked African economists to brace themselves for tougher times ahead. He says the countries would have to focus more on investments that will foster human capital and reduce resource misallocation in order to achieve this growth. The lender also warned that public debts remain high and will continue to rise in some countries, with them not being able to sustain it. It says vulnerability to weaker currencies and rising interest rates associated with a changing composition of debt may put the region's public debt sustainability further at risk.
Our countries need to buckle up, need to sustain reforms to ensure that we continue to grow and create jobs for the African population. Now, what this edition has actually come up with, it's clearly that Africa is facing new sets of risks, and these risks are due to a very unfavorable global environment. It is due to a change in the composition of the capital flows that are coming to Africa. These risks are due to a change in composition of our debt. And these bigger risks are coming from a compounding effect of low human capital and misallocation of talent. Just in the first quarter of 2018, African countries have raised more Eurobonds than the whole year of 2017. So it is important to highlight that the overall composition of African debt is changing. And I think the key issue here is debt sustainability. I think we need to focus on two things. One is the changing composition of debt, and the second is debt sustainability. composition, as I mentioned, is the fact that we're having, more market-led debt. We are having new partners that carry that debt, including China.
Now, in a related development, the Ghanaian-German Investment Forum has identified the need for the government of Ghana to embark on various reforms to drive more investments from Europe, particularly Germany, to boost economic growth. The forum, which took place earlier today, included President Akufo-Addo, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, and World Bank President Jim Yong Kim, as well as investors from the two countries. Nanoye Ankara has more.
The forum, organized by the African Center for Economic Transformation, ACET, brought together investors from both Ghana and Germany to prospect for business opportunities. One of the key issues discussed at the forum is government's partnership with VW Automobile Company for the establishment of an assembling plant in the country. Discussions were also based on the G20 Compact with Africa, initiated by the German government to promote private investment in Africa. In his welcome address, President Akufo-Addo reiterated his government's commitment to providing the enabling environment for businesses to thrive. Meanwhile, World Bank President Jim Yong Kim has charged government to engage the private sector more on various reforms being undertaken to ensure effective implementation. He also charged government to identify investments in the country and leverage on the G20 Compact to tap into those investments. German Chancellor Angela Merkel also lauded the government for embarking on an ambitious industrial transformation agenda and charged government to protect the private sector. Meanwhile, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta says government will leverage on the current relationship with the German government to woo more investors from that country.
I think really what we are seeing is a certain clarity with regards to the Compact of Africa and how Germany is looking at interventions to make sure that we sustain the type of progress that we have made. I mean, on creating Ghana as a true business hub for us to be a regional center, on macroeconomic stability and fiscal consolidation, and now the gap between our investment needs and our savings capacity. How do you cascade in private sector investment for us to be able to then create the type of jobs that are required? So I think this is going to be a really invigorating dialogue. I think the signing of the VW agreement is an indication of things to come, because that's a major German company, and once that's done, it has a cascading effect on us setting up special export zones, making sure that the cooperation between German companies and Ghanaian companies are effective. So that becomes really the next layer as we move on.
So, as part of promoting and enhancing local content practices among Ghanaians, Burger King, a fast food joint, has stated it is ready to partner local operators to supply them with products. This is also a means to ensure the local industries thrive. Burger King, which has opened yet a second restaurant in Accra, seeks to provide its Ghanaian clients with quick meals. Here is Jessica Ayoko Aye's report.
Executive Vice President of Survey, Claude Durestes, says the company is currently purchasing most foodstuff used in preparing their meals from Ghana. According to him, the move is a way of enhancing and promoting the use of local content in the country. Mr. Durestes further hinted that Burger King will soon obtain 100% local content in preparing its delicacies.
There are several points to answer that. First, the food we provide is completely hygienic, high quality, and for all vegetables they are produced locally here around Ghana. So we try to buy everything locally whenever is possible. The second thing is that our staff is well trained, and the training we gave them, has no equivalent anywhere else. After that, what is important, for the people here, is the price. Price is a very important base of a decision to go into a restaurant or not. And I don't know if you have seen our billboards around with our, so we can offer a first meal with 15 cedis. which is a full Whopper. Okay, so it means a sandwich plus a drink plus fries, and this is very important. That the meal we propose has to be affordable for everybody. And after that, when you are inside, you have the choice. You can have steak burgers, you can have cheeseburger, you can have all the sauces you want, or various sauces. If you don't want to have fries, you have a choice with salads. And a lot of people in Ghana here are choosing salad, which is very healthy, and it's okay. And in terms of drinks, if you don't want to have a traditional soft drink with sugar, you have the alternative with diet things or water.
He adds that the company will need more local partners to enhance the local content system. He is hopeful the local partners will enhance the prospect of Burger King in Ghana. Burger King, founded in 1954, operates over 17,000 locations in over 100 countries. The restaurant is independently owned and operated through a franchise agreement by SIA QSR Ghana Limited, a subsidiary of Survey, a leading airline catering and logistics provider in France and Africa. The company first opened a branch at the Accra Mall and seeks to open 4 more branches by the end of next year. While speaking at the launch of the opening of its airport branch in Accra, Mr. Claude Orestes revealed that the company has created about 80 jobs since it began operations in the country in May.
Our first satisfaction today is to share you with a number of jobs we have already created in Ghana. We are quite at 80 jobs we have created since we opened in May this year. When we make the addition of all the people working for us in the Accra Mall restaurant, plus the people working for us here in Vivo Accra Airport gas station.
The new restaurant provides sitting for 140 guests and opens every day between 10 a.m. and 12 a.m. The restaurant also boasts of a drive-through service, a playground for kids, and free Wi-Fi service for all guests.
Well, let's now turn to some international news. Now, South Africa's rand retreated earlier in the day after the World Bank cut its economic growth forecast and took a dim view of President Cyril Ramaphosa's stimulus plan. The rand was 0.29% weaker at 14.68 per dollar as this morning after closing in New York at 14.64. The currency is expected to trade between 14.45 and 14.85 to the dollar on Thursday. The World Bank on Wednesday cut South Africa's economic growth forecast for 2018 to 1% from an earlier forecast of 1.4%. Investors remain edgy on the rand following the announcement on September 21 of a stimulus program that will see a reallocation of the budget but does not involve an injection of new cash. Moving on, the federal government of Nigeria has approved a 90-day special window for micro, small and medium enterprises to register their business at 50% reduction in cost. Now, the window, which spans from October to the end of December this year, means that the businesses will register their businesses for 5,000 naira, down from the 10,000 naira. Vice President Professor Eyemi Osinbajo, who disclosed the new plan by the government, also said they will be establishing shared facilities for MSMEs based on a partnership between the federal government, interested state, Bank of Industry, Nigeria Export-Import Bank, and others are the Federal Inland Revenue Service, National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, as well as interested private sector partners. Well, that brings us to an end of today's edition of the Business Dashboard. For more business news, though, do visit citybusinessnews.com. My name is Bobie Osei. Many thanks for your time. We're back tomorrow at 7 p.m. with more news from the world of business. Enjoy.